How you doing today? Today I want to talk about the stuff I built out of scrap wood to help me around the shop. You can buy those little plastic cones, little tips on them. You set your paint your projects on them when you're painting. I decided, hey, I could build my own. A couple little scrap 2x4s I had in the scrap pile. Drill me a hole in it. Put me a dowel in it. I can set it down on the table. Put my project on there. I can paint the sides. I can flip it over. I can paint the other side. Works out great. Inexpensive. You got these things that Rockler sells, little bench cookies. I was building a big project. I needed a little more. And so, like I said, I bought them 8 years ago. Here, I just built these. Inexpensive. Dowels. Don't cost nothing. All you got to do, take your drill bit. Mine's got a stop collar on it. Drill your hole in there, the depth you want. If you ain't got a stop collar, you put a piece of tape on there. Take you some dowels. Just happen to have some scrap dowels around the shop. Drive your dowels in there. But you want to make sure they're all the same, even, because you don't want your wood to be flat. You don't want it to be, you don't want it to be rocking or nothing. But these little, you can see right here. It's already been had these. These are something I had around the shop. Nothing expensive. Set of bench cookies. Took a couple pieces of sandpaper, scrap I had, and I was going to throw in the trash. Little block of wood. Took some wood glue, glued it on there. Took a little piece of wood, clamped it together, held it on until it dried. Works out great. I can set it down just like this. Take my project, set it on them. Want to sand? Take my sander, and I can sand with it. Works out great. Keeps up high. Everything works out great. Take my router, put my router on there, and I can take it and route all the way around it. Holds it on there. Works out great. Inexpensive. A couple pieces of block of wood with some sandpaper I was going to throw away. Got your orbital sander. Got your sandpaper on your orbital sander and throw it away. You can make some big ones like this. Take your orbital sander, put a couple of drops. Pull this off. Take you a couple of drops of wood on your sandpaper. Stick it on your wood, both sides. That way you have one to hold grip down the bottom, one to hold your top. You can make as many as you want, any shape you want, any size you want. Inexpensive. Scrap wood you got. Don't cost nothing. Sandpaper you're gonna throw away. Inexpensive. I made this push block. I made a handle. Drilled a couple holes. Put a couple screws with some countersink holes in them. Countersunk them down in there. Make them flush. Took some sandpaper. Put some sandpaper on there. Works out great. I can use it when I'm pushing my wood through the table saw. I can put it on the side, hold it up against there. When I'm pushing through, when I get close to the blade, I can back it off. I can push it through there good. Holds my project, holds my wood right tight up against the fence. Works out great. You're routing, you build 2, 3, whatever you want. Set it on top when you're routing, and you're making out, going around a curve or whatever. You're making shapes. You hold it on there. You can use it. Holds up great. Inexpensive. Block of wood. Handle. I make all my handles. Well, I made this handle. It ain't pretty. Made it out scrap wood. Cut it out. Jigsaw. You can make any shape, any size, whatever you come up with. You can make them round. You can make them bigger, smaller. I use these on my tables, I use them on my drawers and my handles on my cabinets. Inexpensive, don't cost nothing, works out great. I made this little push stick. They sell these plastic ones with a curve on it with little fingers. I said, hey, I can make my own. I use this on my miter saw when I'm cutting out 5, 6, 8-inch pieces, and I just put it up against there like this. I can hold it up against the fence. Works out great. Hold it right there. I can hold it real tight. Holds it up against there. Works out great. Cut me a little notch in it. Put a couple pieces of sandpaper on there. Works out good. You can even use it for a push stick in your table saw. but I use this around my miter saw when I'm cutting out small stuff, keep my fingers away from the blade. Push stick. I made this push stick, right here. You can see it's got a little notch in it that I made. Most of people make them. They put a piece of wood on it and screw it down. So when this wood gets chewed up, they throw it away. If this ever gets chewed up and breaks, I'll just make a another little notch out of scrap wood. I made this out of scrap wood. Inexpensive. You can make any shape you want, any style you want. Put any kind of handle on it. I mean, whatever you can come up with, it works out great. Like I said, inexpensive scrap wood. This gets danged up. You can see a little bit of wear right here where the saw blade got it. But like I said, I'd rather have that than my fingers. So inexpensive, don't cost nothing. You can make it out of any scrap wood you want, hardwood, pine, whatever. Whatever design, whatever you can come up with, you can make your own. You make, 2, 3, whatever you want. I made this T-square. I mean, I could have bought one with a little notches in it like that you can see on Amazon or, any of your wood stores or whatever. You can, this right here, this is 3 foot. I made 4 foot. Works out great. I can set up against my wood, take my pencil, mark my line. Works out great. Just make sure your wood is straight. One side just straight. Make sure it's not bowed or crooked or anything. Make sure it's straight. I took me a square, put me a square up against it. Make sure it was square. Put a little couple screws in it. I use it all the time. Inexpensive. I got a 4 foot one. It don't have, like I said, don't have the little things that you can draw. I don't need it. I just put it up against there, like I said. Draw my line, another line in there. And if you can see, it is straight. They're both even. And like I said, inexpensive, don't cost nothing. Scrap wood, made my little design. You can make, just like I said, put it on there. Make sure if you put it on a piece of wood, your wood is 90 degrees straight across there. And you can just clamp it down, screw it down. Works out great. Inexpensive, don't cost nothing. Seen someone build a little wooden hammer on YouTube. There's a couple of people that do. And I said, hey, I can make one. I made one. So I took a couple pieces of scrap 2x4. I cut it down, ripped it down a little bit, put a couple blocks in there, made me a handle, screwed it down, just put it on there, put a little wood glue on there, put a couple screws on the inside where you couldn't see them. On one side, you couldn't see them, and glued it down. Works out great. Love it. Use it all the time. Well, that's just a few things that I made out of scrap wood. Inexpensive, don't cost nothing. So just whatever you want to come up with, whatever design you want to come up with, you make these big, little, small, 2 or 3 of them. You can take a couple of them, stack them high, push block, make it out of scrap wood. I call them little bench cookies. Looks like bench cookies. Inexpensive, don't cost nothing. Just whatever you can come up with. I like getting out here and just, hey, seeing something somebody using, and if I can make it any different or build it, I'll just build it. So this is Chip with Taurus Woodworking. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.